Thank you for tuning in. We are doing our regional conversations throughout the state to make sure people are aware that homelessness is a statewide crisis. A lot of people will often say, well, homelessness exists in the Twin Cities, but what about greater Minnesota? What about rural Minnesota? Well, our guest today, Christina, is somebody that has been homeless, has lived in greater Minnesota, been in rural Minnesota. She's from Willmar and she's joining us today. Thank you so much, Christina. I'm just going to dive right into the questions. So the first question, how does it need for us to end homelessness by shelter beds, by services, resources? How does the lack of enough resources, how has that impacted you personally?
It has impacted myself and my family greatly. We had nowhere to turn. Our county did run out of funding, or, our funding was for a certain number of people. Someone did tell me to go to UCAP. And when I went to UCAP, my idea of going there was, I'm going to get let down again. As homelessness is very severe here in especially in Willmar, to my knowledge. And if it was not for UCAP helping to give me resources to pick me up, to help myself and my family, I would not be here today. We need to do something for our people. Right. And I am living proof that we need to help everyone.
Yeah, you said you wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for these services. Can you explain where are you today? What's going on in your life? And would you benefit any of that you did it, but was there any help along the way that was beneficial?
Homelessness it affects all areas of life. And with that said, I feel that when people are homeless, addiction rises, trauma rises from your past. Things become a lot worse for you. It's hard to excel when you do not have a roof over your head. And when you are homeless and living from a bag with your 2 children and have absolutely nowhere to go, it scares you. As a single mother, we will do anything for our children. And when the resources are limited, not only is just the mother suffering, but the children are suffering more. And we need to help each other out and bring each other up for our next generation. I feel that homelessness is affecting also people that do have addiction problems. And when you do not have a home, it seems to blow up a little more and it will consume you. So we need people to guide us. And that's exactly what UCAP did for me.
That was a perfect segue. And just really powerful to hear that already. So I think just to wrap this up, a final question would be, and when we say UCAP, just so people know, that's United Community Action Program in Southwest Minnesota. But Christina, do you have, if there's something you want to stick in people's heads throughout Minnesota, advocates, what would it be? What would you tell them as they're doing, as they're moving forward in their advocacy to try to end homelessness?
Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for your kind spirit, your kind words. Thank you for the generosity that we have received. It is a blessing for my family and I to have been able to get an apartment, excuse me. Oh, I'm trying not to cry here. But when you are homeless and you have ran out of options, sometimes our worst enemy is ourself. And the only thing that stops people from progressing is not having a home, not being able to be a human being. And so I am forever grateful for UCAP.
Right, thank you. That was perfect. So inspiring. Thank you for sharing with us. You know, you thanked advocates. I think advocates should be thanking you too, for just proving that this works. So if you're watching this, please listen to what Christina's saying. Just please listen. You know, get engaged, talk to your elected officials, talk to your community. Christina, again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day. And yeah, just thanks.
Thank you.